In July 31st, 2024, the Court of Appeal declared the Finance Act 2023 unconstitutional, null and void, citing inadequate public participation. Now, this has been reinstated. The High Court had previously declared several sections of the Act unconstitutional, including the controversial Affordable Housing Levy. According to the courts, the Act did not provide reasons for either adopting or rejecting public proposals received during the public participation process for the Finance Bill 2023. It also omitted revenue estimates in both the Appropriation Bill 2023 as well as the Appropriations Act 2023 and further disregarded set procedures in the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and the Constitution.
What we are likely to see going forward is where does public participation start and where does it end in as far as finance bills are concerned.
Churchill Ogutu, an economist at IC Asset Management, says there is more to the court's decision than what meets the eye, noting that Treasury was banking on that decision to further their relations with the International Monetary Fund (IMF).
The talks about audits on the corruption-related issues in Kenya, issues to do with potentially bringing some of those progressive elements of the medium-term revenue strategy, a reduction on the VAT rate from 16% to 15%.
External debt in Kenya increased to 5150 billion in June from 5118 billion in May 2024. President William Ruto's government is not likely to achieve its development expenditure targets due to steadily declining revenue despite the rollout of a raft of tax reforms in the country, and will majorly depend on World Bank to finance its developments, but public debt still bedevils his government.
Finance Act 2023 having been declared unconstitutional by the Court of Appeal was the last nail in the coffin.
Last week, Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi, alongside his Principal Secretary Chris Kiptoo and the Central Bank of Kenya Kamau Thuge, held a meeting with officials from the IMF during the World Bank and IMF Annual Summit in Washington, D.C., where many issues were discussed, including how to cement Kenya and IMF's relation that had been on the rocks.
What we are expecting is basically the completion of the 7th review, which started all the way from April this year, and also the 8th review. So they'll combine two reviews. We are looking at something between $800 million, at least from $800 million that the IMF should be announcing to disburse to Kenya following the completion of these two 7th and 8th reviews.
The court's decision, according to PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC, seeks to ensure continuity in the administration of tax laws and provide some information on the legislative process for future Finance Act. It has also provided guidelines to courts on factors to consider and the nature of orders to be issued after declaring an Act of Parliament unconstitutional, with a view of minimizing total breakdown of legal and administrative systems. Linda Koskei, K24 TV.